ESGNet brings you the season previews for the Red Sox and the Royals. Yeah, this is a different voice you're hearing. This is Steve, alongside the CEO of ESGNet, Rashad.
Yeah, CEO. Yes, I like that. Welcome everybody to ESGNet, and this is like Steve said, this is a special episode. This is our kind of our MLB 13 series. He's a big Royals fan. I'm a big Red Sox fan. I live in the state of Kansas. A lot of you have been asking me why am I a fan of the Red Sox and I live in Kansas. The reason is because I honestly think the Royals suck. I don't pull any punches about that. I tell the truth about.
I like as you say this, as saying the Red Sox won 69 games last year and the Royals won 72.
Yes, because our guys had a bunch of drama last year. I feel like I was watching a reality show last summer. So
yeah, the young and the restless looks at the Red Sox and be like, "Dang, they got drama."
Yes, they do. The other voice you heard in the background was my nephew telling us to hush. So, but yeah, this is our little. We're just trying this out. This is our episode. Where hopefully, you never know, it might be on YouTube or not. I don't know.
It'll be on YouTube.
Yeah, this series. We're actually going to start a kind of a podcast show here soon, which is called the 10 Most Wanted. We're going to talk about 10 most talked about sports-related stories that are going on, not just in baseball, but football, basketball, college basketball, college football, and most importantly, our favorite pastime, pro wrestling. We're both big pro wrestling fans, and I grew up watching wrestling for a long time. And Steve, he's well knowledgeable of wrestling himself. So
yeah, I kind of grew up on that too. I remember watching wrestling before I watched football, and I've always watched football. And
Steve, that's my nephew again. But yeah, Steve, he's more a hell of a lot knowledgeable about wrestling than I am. A lot of times he'd be asking me about certain guys, and I'm like, that was before me. I don't know who that guy was.
Well, we like a different area of knowledge. Like, I know a lot of the older stuff, and you know of like the minor leagues. Like, you're like a baseball fan version of wrestling fan.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, Rashad, is that new guy? You're like, I've been watching him on YouTube for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to baseball here. James Shields, Royals' newest acquisition.
Yep.
He's part of a monumental trade where we sent our top prospect Myers there to the.
And they're going to go striking out.
Yeah.
What a way to start the season with of all people, Jacoby Ellsbury.
Right. Now Shields was part of a huge trade last year and sent a lot of our prospects to Tampa Bay. We picked up Shields, Wade Davis. Two guys going to be featured in our starting lineup this year.
Yep. And here I go trying to get the strikeout right there. Trying to get first. Right there. Yeah, as for the Red Sox last year, of course, the whole thing was nothing but drama. As you know, the Red Sox, I'm be quite honestly, I don't know what's been going on all season, with the exception of Shane Victorino, the Flying Hawaiian, was traded over the offseason from the Phillies to Boston. To me, I think that's a big acquisition right there. He's a guy that, as you know, recently, the last couple of years, he's been on a championship team. And, you know, the Phillies, of course, have been having a down year and whatnot. But I'm hoping his attitude, winning attitude, can get them, can actually do something. As for anything,
P.S. Rashad's being strangled by his nephew right now as he's trying to say this.
Any other acquisition from the Red Sox I honestly don't know. I do know last year, coming up right now, up to bat is Will Middlebrooks, who is a new player for the Red Sox. He was a rookie player last year. And I go swinging again. But yeah, this kid, he's something very special. And I really see that this upcoming season he's going to actually do something. So 0-2, top of the first.
I tell you what, we finally got may have our missing piece this year because our last couple of years our pitching has just been terrible. Ever since we lost Greinke, we have just not been able to replace him. Not having anybody we can really call an ace.
Yeah.
And now we finally got that. I mean, our starting rotation this year, we're going to have Shields as our ace. Irvin Santana, picked him up too. Going to be our number 2 guy. Number 3 is going to be the second guy obtained in the Rays trade, Wade Davis. He's had a good spring so far because I didn't like the idea of him just coming in and being handed a starting rotation spot, but he's really earned it. So
yeah.
And then our 4th guy, Jimmy Guthrie. We brought him in last year just on a straight-up trade there with a really horrible pitcher, other Santana.
Yeah.
That guy was miserable. Yeah, and Guthrie had a good second half of the season last year and earned a starting role spot this year. Number 5 still up for grabs. We're down to 2 guys, Mendoza and Chin. Poach Haver's finally been shown the door to the bullpen, which is a good place for him. Talk about draft bust. Still have one of the best bullpens in the entire league. And plus we have 2 other starting candidates that are actually injured coming off the story coming from Tommy John.
Yeah.
Is Rafael Paulino and Danny Duffy, who started out last year at the bang.
Oh, yeah. And, like I said, and as you can tell, Steve's actually done his homework, unlike me, who is not going to rat's ass about the season.
Well, Rashad, you're breaking Tom Hendricks' rule. Always be prepared, Rashad. Preparation is key. That was an old sports broadcasting teacher back in the day.
Yeah, trust me, you'll hear Steve do that a lot often in the future podcasts.
I mean, this guy was so old that I'm sure he broadcasted David versus Goliath.
I'm sure too.
I asked this guy who his favorite baseball player was as a kid, and he's like, "Now, Steven, I really like Ted Williams."
Yeah.
How old are you?
Yeah, exactly. How old are you? I've always wondered that myself. So, you see Alex Gordon come up the bat.
2-time Gold Glove winner, last 2 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2 years in a row that he's taken the Gold Glove award there in Kansas City.
This is a guy who had a rough start to his career. They labeled him the next George Brett, and in Kansas City, when you say somebody's the next George Brett, that's a really big deal.
Yeah.
He kind of caved under the pressure. Really wasn't ready for the big leagues. He had a couple stints in the minors there, getting himself ready. Switched to right field, where he really found his niche, as opposed to playing third base, where he struggled with defense. And he just got that confidence, got that swagger there, playing the right field, and finally got his bat going. He's been tremendous the last couple of years.
Yeah, and I think hopefully he's done with his, because everybody was kind of picking him as being very injury prone and causing a lot of injuries and stuff like that. Which it comes with the price of playing any sport. But a lot of people thought he was going to be a bust. But so far, he's not. He's came up. He's took the time, got healthy, and playing good baseball. And I would say a complimentary player to him would probably be Billy Butler, who's been having a really great
So the runner on
career.
second with 1 down now. And standing in, here's the first baseman, Eric Hosmer.
But yeah, for the Red Sox, my expectations are very, very low. As most of you know, there's been a lot of acquisitions from throughout the whole Major League Baseball. But for the most part, a lot of people are saying that the American League East is going to be a kind of a 5-man race. Pretty much all teams are going to be up for grabs, as you know. The Yankees are too old
And hurt.
And honestly, I don't on that issue. And that's just my soapbox, people. I don't really see the reliever. Ironically enough, he got hurt here in Kansas City, but I don't really see Rivera doing that much this season. I see he's 40-something years old. I mean, I'd be be impressed that if he does get 30 saves this year. But he did announce that this was going to be his last year playing. So I don't know. I just don't see I don't see it being a 5-man or a 5-team race for the East, but you never know.
2 strikes now.
They usually cook up something during free agency or during trade deadline to get something, so you never know.
Let's say a lot of baseball to be played. Who knows?
Second there, now the pitch.
And
Ball
you hear my
pulled
nephew
high
saying
in the
he's
air out to
hungry.
right field. And that's taken in
Eventually,
straightaway right.
gonna
Will he
feed him
try
right
from
there.
second? But he gets back in time,
That's
safe
nice.
at second base.
Hey Elijah, there's a kitchen over there. That's usually where you find food.
Billy Butler will stand in here for the first time, looking to pick up that runner from second.
Nah, the crazy thing about the Red Sox, give up all those players there, and then the manager from the Blue Jays comes over to Boston.
Yeah.
And then right after that, the Blue Jays pretty much acquire the Marlins, every good player there. So then there's the manager's like, wait a second, you wait till I leave to do all this?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, Miami's pretty much moved now to north of the border.
Now it's swinging a hard hit grounder.
I can just see the look on the manager's face, like, well, hey, at least they got, Adrian Gonzalez and Euclid and wait, what do you mean? What? Oh, come on.
Yeah. And that's another thing I'm kind of steaming about. I was upset. I was one of many that were upset about Euclid leaving Boston. I honestly rather see Euclid stay in Boston, and I didn't have Bobby stay, but that didn't go that way. So.
He extends nicely there
So,
as this is driven pretty well out to deep right field.
I guess
And that will find the seed. So
Euclid is now wearing the Yankees pinstripes.
a 2-run blast to straightaway right field as the Royals
So,
move out
I
in
dislike
front
it
now,
now.
2-0.
I totally dislike it. I don't really care for it anymore.
Mike Mustafa.
Nice little shot there.
His first opportunity
And that's
now
my
with
nephew
2 away
again,
and the bases
screaming in
empty
the
here in the
microphone.
home
It's
half
a
of
Nah,
the
he's just
first.
cheering for Butler hitting that home run.
Oh man, what a start! And I have not played this game at all.
Rashad, you played it yesterday.
Oh no, I have not.
That's right. You didn't play an actual game. You're just doing Jeter batting practice.
Yeah.
Jeter. Rashad wears Jeter cologne.
I used to.
That's how much he hates the Yankees.
Yeah.
David
Actually, I got
Ortiz
that as a gift
leads
from
things off now in the
from a
top half of the
friend.
second.
She thought that the Yankees played for the Red Sox. I'm like, no, honey, sorry.
Wow.
They do not. He does not play for the Red Sox.
Throw to first will be in time, and there's one gone here to start the second.
Oh man! So now we're
Mike
it's
Napoli
2-0
will dig in
top
now,
of the
the
second.
starting catcher
Yeah,
on
well, thanks to
last
Billy
season's
Butler because
AL All-Star
nobody else has
team.
really done anything during this game.
Poppy pops it right back to pitcher on that play right there. And that's another guy that I'm hoping that we'll have a decent year for Boston. I can see him going out the door here very soon.
He looks like he's swinging a garden hose out there as this is cut on and missed. for
Mike
strike
Napoli,
one.
the legend of MLB series, where he used to have that stance where his bat would cover up the strike zone.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
A
And I'm
ball
kind of glad they got
outside
rid of
the
that
bag.
because
1-1. And they'll run this one
And
in on
that's
him,
Iron
and he
Man,
can't
I guess.
connect,
Now
so he
Iron
finds
Man's part of the
himself
show
down
now.
1-2 now. Pitch on the way.
Well, we need Shields to be an Iron Man this year.
Now a swing and a miss. He struck him out, and it's 2 up, 2 down to start the second.
And the Royals were definitely committed to improving their rotation in the offseason. They parted with maybe the best hitting prospect in all of baseball to get this guy. So they're expecting pretty big things from him these next few years.
And another strikeout.
He's timing his little toy sounds to my pitches, so this is kind of like a nice little added effect here.
Yeah.
Oh, Johnny Gomes, speaking of old Rays.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll do something unlike a former Ray that used to play for us here in Boston by the name of Carl Crawford, who now is in Los Angeles. And I'm kind of glad Boston got rid of them over the middle of the season. Pretty much was a fire.
Breaking pitch is swung on and hit fouled over to the right side.
A fire sale. They were pretty much selling off everything they could just to get some younger talent and stuff like that. So hopefully that won't be the case this season.
And he gets a piece here as this ball is fouled away.
Hopefully we can have honestly, I would like to have I don't know, just I like to see us win at least 100 games this year.
So I'm not even going to put a number on the number of wins. Just AL Central's so crazy. I mean, maybe we can win the division with 75 wins. You just never know just how crazy the division is.
Yeah.
And this is
Put a number on it.
Ball in amongst the spectators.
Like I said, I don't like putting numbers on it either, but I would like to, do better than what we have been doing here in the last couple of seasons.
Another 0-2 coming.
When I was at FanFest this year, they asked Denny Matthews, what do we have to do to make the playoffs? What do we have to do to win the division? He said basically beat 1.5 teams. The one team being the Tigers, of course,
Yeah.
and White Sox about a half a team. He basically said that the Indians and the Twins, not their season, not their year. I agree with that for the most part. The Twins have kind of faked me out. They always seem like they're in a kind of rebuilding phase where they bring up these great young players and they perform really well. But the last couple of years, it just hasn't been there. Maybe they finally lost their touch.
Yeah, and I always say this something about the AL Central. They're always, they're always a wild card. They're always in the hunt. They're always playing that game of, playing that game of, hey, we can take the division and then turn around and play the team as the spoiler, going in and causing all kinds of trouble. Kind of like the same trouble my nephew's doing back there. Hey, get off of
Here's a guy right here just very more respect. I see these Escobar. This guy should have been Gold Glove the last 2 years. He's been phenomenal. We got him in the Greinke trade. They're back with Milwaukee, and he's the shortstop we've always needed.
Taken in there by Ellsbury for the first out.
Yeah, he's one of those young talents that I'm hoping the Royals will be able to keep around for a couple of years.
So one gone in the inning here with the
past
runner at
players
first, and making his way in as the right fielder, Jeff Frank.
didn't do so well.
We've done a good job of that, just preparing ahead of time. We got
now a swing, and he just fouls this one away.
Sal Perez's deal locked down for a long term. I think we just got a new deal with Hosmer, and we're going to be pretty good with the young guys here on out.
Grounded foul toward the coaching box at third.
Since I'm playing as Frenchie, got to play like Frenchie, swing at everything. This guy, when he came in the league, he came out with a bang coming into the league, right? But he swung at about every pitch. Like this guy, he had good luck doing so. He had a good stat on Wikipedia there. He had like over 100 plate appearances before his first walk.
Wow.
His luck ran out though. He'll swing at anything now. Pitchers haven't figured out. Just the only reason why he's in the starting lineup is because we traded Will Myers.
That sinker as he gets him to swing through it for route number 2.
And he swings at that and fouled it off.
Frenchie's is kind of like the Royals' Matt Castle. He's a good guy, great character, likable person. He just ain't performing.
So it's a runner at first.
So it probably means Frenchie will be a Viking here pretty soon.
Yeah, don't get me started on that. I see now, like, what was the Vikings thinking? Did you not see what happened last season? But another sport, another day. So
here's our biggest position battle of the year, second base. I went ahead and put Gio in here because I like him better than Getz. Gio's kind of like the chosen one that just was like, come on, get your act together. He's got a good bat. His defense just hadn't showed up in the major league level. And Getz won the job from him last year. And this year, spring training, it's them two going at it again.
Cool. Yeah. And Ellsbury ends the inning right there with that tracking down that ball. There's Shane coming up to start off the third. Like I said, he's one of my favorite players from the Phillies. He's now a Red Sox now. And like I said, he's the type of guy. He's going to command some. He's going to put some discipline in
and
that
when your team
lineup.
still doesn't have a hit, you appreciate a call like that once in a while.
Not close. It's 2-0.
Yeah, and he didn't even have to think twice about that one. And now he's got a good hitters count here, 2-0.
Eating any chicken or drinking any beer.
Swing the ball hit hard on the ground.
Or trying to work from home.
That too.
Like the Onion article here recently.
But yeah, they really do. I mean, they need something a guy to get in the face and tell them how it is about winning a championship. Because a lot of these guys that are on the Red Sox, well, a good majority of them were on there on the championship, the last championship team.
Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1.
I mean, it's not a.
Now the pitch.
They still got a team. And there I am striking out again,
And able to lay off the fastball away.
Swinging and getting a strike again with Salty Amakia.
A little note here: we're playing a 5-inning game. That's why I'm warming up the bullpen and the closer.
Got him to swing under.
I don't think it'd be too entertaining for us, for you guys to watch us play this game and be score as it is.
Well, I tell you what, historically versus Rashad, I have set my all-time scoring record with 2 runs already. I say back in college we would play and he would beat me just about every game 1-0. I would pitch around the strike zone all day and he'd swing, but he'd get a guy on base and he knew how to run the bases really well, so he'd always get that guy home. Me, I would hit about half the balls he'd throw, but they would just go nowhere. Good old days.
Yeah. I really, honestly, I've not played a Major League Baseball game for since 11. So yeah, it's been about a year and a half since I played really. I've only played like 11. I played probably like 2 or 3 months into a franchise.
Get a little more zip on that fastball than he had coming out of the gate.
I haven't played since the show on 2008. Unfortunately, this game feels just like it. The old PS2.
Well, but as I say, I mean, they add on a lot of stuff every year, so.
Don't eat my popcorn.
For the most part, there's I won't.
Take a look at old Crown Vision back there. That's the most beautiful screen in all of sports.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you've never been to Kansas City or especially being here at Kaufman, I've been to several games. I've been to games where the Royals play the Yankees and cheering for the Royals, and I haven't been to one when they played the Red Sox. But it is a great stadium, and I wish I would have got a chance to go to All-Star game last year.
Just got a piece of it as it's fouled back.
There's no more promising young guys. Lorenzo Cain, he missed part of last year with an injury early on, but he's a guy that's just like, okay, we didn't need to resign Melky Cabrera because of this guy right here. He's just, but, oh. Man, it looked like we had a voided center field last year because they had to put Gerard Dyson out there for most of the year.
And he'll make the
He really got
catch
to
on the
perform.
warning track as he just stuck his
And
glove
Cabrera
up
comes
in
back in his
midair and
old
hoped for the
stadium
best
here
that
in the
time,
All-Star
and
game
there
and wins
are 2 away
All-Star
now.
MVP.
So 2 away here in the Kansas City third.
It's like, oh no, Royals, you got rid of him. You're so bad. Then, well, he gets suspended for 100 games. See, that wasn't bad.
Yeah.
First pitch to him. And a swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt, and it's strike 1.
Here's a guy who needs to have a bounce back here, Hosmer.
He is actually one of the few Royals I actually like.
Represent Team USA in the Baseball Classic.
Yep.
2 years ago, he had a pretty good year. Last year, just really fell off.
He swung out, and here's another fly ball
A little
out to
sophomore
right
slump
field.
there.
Victorino will get there, and he puts it away to
Him and
retire
Moose,
the side.
the third baseman,
KC
they've
down
had
in order.
kind of a friendly rivalry. They kind of went through the
So
minors
it's
at the
back
same
to the top
time.
of the order now.
Hosmer got to
And
come
that will
up
bring in the
before
center
Moose
fielder,
did, and
Jacoby Ellsbury.
they kind of compete with each other. A little friendly rivalry.
Yeah, that's always good. I mean, in any sport, you gotta have some rivalry. They push a guy to you gotta push guys to play the best they can in any sport. So, all right, come on, Jacobus, try to do something.
But no, like Dayton Moore, it seemed like he was always just a stud on the minor league level.
Yeah.
We've had one of the best bullpens and farm systems on baseball for the last several years. But major league level was like, what is he doing?
Yeah.
Just some of the stuff he just doesn't make any sense. But this year, he decided that he's just going to go for it. Made the trade for Shields. This year, next year, just like last year they called our little theme "Our Time," which I knew they jumped the gun on that. I was like, no, don't say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this year's really is our time to do this.
Back to the top of the
I
order
was gonna say, I mean, especially with a
Jacoby
division like
Ellsbury.
it is, I mean, you got a
Now this
crazy
is on the
division
ground for
line. It's
Hosmer over there at first.
that plays some really good
And
baseball.
he'll take this to the bag.
Try to get a
Unassisted
good
for the
early,
first out. So the
jump
base is
and
empty
lead
here with
the
one away,
first month of
and
the
that'll
season.
bring up the former MVP second baseman Dustin Pedroia. Red Sox still looking
Yeah,
for
don't
their
start the year on a
first win
losing
here.
streak we did last year. That was miserable.
Now here's the pitch.
It's bad enough the injuries you suffered in spring training and then to come out flat like that. Just
Shot it. Almost hit wrong team.
hey, that was the year ended up third in the division though. So
It's 1-2 now. And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time. and
Tim
it's back
Collins,
even
all
now
5'5"
at
of him
2-2.
out there.
I think that's enough toying with him now.
That was a
I think
picture
he comes
you
right
found
at
on
him
Google
with
or
the
Easy of him
Don't
and
want
Everett
You can
Kiefer.
see here on
They're
slow
both
motion, he's trying to dance out
sharing
of the
a
way.
pair of Broxton's pants. Remember how big Broxton was? Like
Oh, yeah.
6'6", 280 or whatever.
Yeah.
Gets him right on the
Ooh.
foot. Well middle.
Collins is in
Sorry,
Collins is in one leg. Kiefer is in the other.
There, it's 0-1. And boy, this
Actually,
at-bat is
met
not
Tiefer
starting
this year at
off well.
FanFest, and I
He's
pulled up that
behind
picture on my
0-2
phone
now.
as I was getting his
Yeah,
autograph. I was
he
like,
out front
"That's
right
my
there,
favorite picture of you."
probably
He's like,
guessing
"Oh
fastball.
man, yeah, that was a fun time."
You can't be guessing anymore. You got to find something in the strike zone and put it in play.
So two down
Fan
now
Fest
for the
was
Red Sox
actually
fourth.
near.
And here's the still dangerous
Steve lives in Overland
left-handed
Park, and I
bat of
live
David
45
Ortiz.
minutes north of him.
And the curveball
And,
bounces here,
near
but a
St.
good
Joseph,
job behind
Missouri.
the plate to keep it at arm's
And
length.
they are actually up here too. And, I wish I knew about it because I would have got some autographs. Because Billy Butler
Late
was
decision
there.
to offer it
and,
the changeup as
couple
this is
other
bounced to
players
third.
were
Throw
there.
to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired.
Sign
Billy
autographs.
Butler will start us
Take
out
pictures
when
of
we
fans.
return.
Like I said,
On
there's
now
a
to
few
the bottom
Royals,
half of inning number 4.
from,
The Royals
back in
are on
the
top
day, and
2-0.
some current ones that I like, whatnot. But
And
yeah,
there
I'm
is
just not.
Billy
I'm just
Butler
not
now. As promised, he's in to start things
Kinda
out
keep
in the
it
home
nice.
half of the fourth.
But you know, the best thing about that is,
Except
it's
for
like,
KU. KU's my team.
you love your KU, number 1 seed, just got it.
Yeah, gonna say yeah. We just been watching the selection show, and found out I got the number 1 seed. So
I'm sorry.
can't wait.
Yeah, I tell you what though, like these hometown teams, when they do bad, if you just wait for them to get good, it feels good to be like, hey, I stuck with them the whole time.
Now the first pitch
True,
here from
true.
Lester.
But
Like when the Chiefs made the playoffs a couple years ago, it was like, wow, this is awesome.
Strike one.
I do not like this damn pulse pitching.
I take it better than that meter because this thing's like you can just pitch the ball anytime. You have to wait for it to wind up and headbutt in the right spot.
Now a ball hit high and deep out there to left center field. Gomes is going to have room, however, as he makes the catch in deep left center field for the first out. One away for the Royals here in the fourth. And standing in, the left-handed hitting third
Oh.
baseman
Come on,
Mike
come on, come on,
Moustakas.
come on.
Butler had my home run earlier the game, and
I was gonna say, please don't fly anyone.
not twice in a row.
I was gonna say,
Now
please
the ball
don't fly
softly
anyone.
hit over to the right of the mound. Throw on to Napoli takes care of him. 2 away
Bruce.
now.
Sometimes the Royals have giveaways, and one of the giveaways this past season was boost hammers for the first 10,000 fans,
Oh, nice.
like styrofoam and.
And I will say, the atmosphere at a Royals game is a lot of fun. You know, even if you're not a baseball fan at all, or you're not a fan of the Royals, the atmosphere there is.
And right now, these guys
to me,
just need something to break their way.
You know, we're here in the heartland
A
and
hit by
whatnot.
pitch.
The Royals,
Something to get a base runner and get that
being
guy
at the
something
games
else
that
to
they
think
are,
about out there.
It feels like you're back in the old, like kind of old school style of atmosphere in baseball. It's like that. I like that.
And for a team that struggled all this time, like the average attendance is still really, really good.
Fastball swung on and hit on the ground at third.
Percentage-wise, one of the most profitable
And no chance on
teams
the
in
throw
the
here
entire
as he reaches first
Major League.
easily.
Which, I mean, of course, it's
I'll
fun
see
when
this
you do the Glass
Escobar
family, like,
dig
not want to
in
spend any
here.
money on
Blew
players.
out his first time around.
But no, it's a very efficient operation.
Got him reaching for the first pitch as this is pushed foul off to the right.
Yeah,
0-1.
this guy should have been an all-star the last 2 years. He bats around 300. His bat's not up there with Cabrera and Jeter, but one of the better bats at shortstop in the league. But his defense, I mean, you can just go to YouTube, type in Escobar highlights, and just watch this guy all day. He just makes some phenomenal plays.
Down there at third base, he absolutely wants another shot at a ground ball. Something to try and make up for that error.
0-2 now from Lester. Inside as that perhaps will back him off a bit. 1-2.
Yeah, I thought I had a golf club there for a second and could hit that one. Good eye.
Inside and a hair low.
This
It's 2
year it
balls
sounds
and
like
2 strikes.
Well, he got caught chasing those first 2 pitches out of the strike zone, but I think he's kind of caught on to their game now. Those are 2 good takes to get it back to 2-2.
2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors so far for the Royals.
Some of the highlights there around Kauffman Stadium. They got the Rival Sports Bar there on site.
Yep.
You can walk around the entire stadium now. There's a walkway back you can see. They got Sports Bar. They got Hall of Fame. They got the little cave for the kids. And they always have sponsors out there, vendors. Like, come try out this new game or come try out this product. Really active place.
And now you just start to wonder how much is the heat taken out of this guy. You see the pitch count. It's not all that bad just yet, but he's been in and out of trouble a few times already. So he's definitely had some max effort.
So the ballpark
innings.
is a nice ballpark, and if you ever get a chance to come to Kansas City, definitely check it out. Go
I
see
had
a
him
Royals
guessing
game.
that time as he's barely able to foul
The
it
tickets
away.
are so cheap.
Cheap, yeah.
I mean, don't buy them from Royals. Get on StubHub.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've sat behind the visiting team and the home team dugout last year for about,
Behind the bag
what,
at
20,
second.
$25 a piece.
Yeah.
Drew is there, and he puts this one away for
Or
the
if you,
third
you
out.
know,
So a great job there of
yeah,
working
what,
out of potential
about
trouble.
thousands,
Mike
like that,
Napoli will start things out on the
Usually
other
those
side.
games are kind of a little more expensive.
And
but
there
you
is
definitely
Mike
get a good
Napoli.
view, and,
He'll start things
there's a
out
lot of
as we
steam in
begin the
area.
fifth.
Near the right field, so like that. See, there's the Hall of Fame right there. Royals Hall of Fame. I'm trying to think. 5 is George Breba, who's 10 and 20.
20 is going to be Frank White. 20?
Yeah.
Frank White?
Hey now.
Yeah.
Oof.
Okay, yeah.
Tell you,
10?
you do not
10,
want to
I
buzz
have no
this
idea.
guy's time.
I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. I hated the Royals as a kid.
Yeah.
What's that right now? Like, I am not a baseball historian. When I was a kid, I loved the Blue Jays. Then as time went along, I liked the Mariners because I really liked Edgar Martinez. Ken Griffey Jr. is still my favorite player ever.
When I hear Edgar Martinez, all I think is the DH position.
And I liked A-Rod then. Not now. I like the old A-Rod.
Yeah, the old A-Rod.
I like the poor A-Rod.
Yeah.
Compared to now. Oh, and of course my favorite pitcher ever, Randy Johnson, the big unit.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I really got into the Royals back in 2007. See here, you didn't go that you went the next year, but they used to have this thing called the KAB conference, Kansas Association of Broadcasters, where you can go to the stadium and get a presentation from the people behind the scenes. The GM and the manager will come and talk to you, and it's really good. And so I look at the organization, and that's at the time was the closest I ever been to a sports team, and just really won me over. Of course, that was back in the days of the 100 losses per season.
Yeah.
And I was like, I like this team. I like this organization.
Swing and a miss on the
But
fastball that
bring my
time.
team.
Out number 2.
So, falling from the
Bases are
abyss,
empty here
and
with
hopefully
2
in the
on.
playoffs here,
And here's the versatile
year or two.
outfielder, Shane Victorino.
Yeah, for me,
And a ball
Red
strike
Sox
on the
have been
corner.
always,
Didn't like that
you know,
call. I
always
don't blame
been
him.
Not a
big
bad
fan of
idea
Red
to take a look
Sox.
at that one there. Now that you've seen
I remember watching games when I was younger, and I was just,
get a
you
feel
know,
for what it
they
looks
were always
like
that
coming
team.
out of the
Where
pitcher's
I just, I don't know, they just were, to me, they were always the underdog, and, you know, always getting, you know, shafted and
Kelvin
games, and,
Herrera
you know,
is going to take over here in
whole,
inning number 5 as
you
it's
know,
going to be up to their bullpen to try and keep them in the game here.
classic rivalry games with the Yankees. And I've always disliked the Yankees for years. Don't really care for them. Don't really like them. I mean, you know, there's players I followed. I really became a Red Sox fan when. Well, I'm a man enough to say this. When Manny Ramirez got on the team, and he got picked up from the Red Sox when he was playing with the Indians before he went to Boston. And but you know, there's other players like
Shane Victorino will be the first
former
one to greet
catcher,
him here as he'll be forced to turn around and hit from
Jason
the left
Varitek.
side now.
I followed his career. He played for Georgia Tech, Nomar.
And now a pitch on the
Nomar, I
way.
believe, played at Georgia Tech.
And he'll just
also
fight
with
this one off as it's chopped foul.
I remember Mo Vaughn. I was a big Mo Vaughn fan.
Oh, Mopar.
So yeah, I mean, when
Struck him out, but he'll
certain
try
players
for first
that I
on the
like
drop
that,
third
you know,
strike.
grew up
Oh,
watching
on
like
the
that.
first and the ball game is over.
Boston. Hopefully one day I'll get a chance to go there.
This one definitely a low-scoring affair as we
So
get
here's our
one last
YouTube
look
contest
at
for
our
the week.
final
Comment
night
on this
score.
video with who is Royals Hall of Famer number 10, and we will personally log on and hit thumbs up on your comment.
Yeah. You know what? I'll even subscribe to you.
Yeah. There's a game. Royals 2, Boston nothing.
Yeah, with a distraction from my nephew.
James Shields with the
Guys,
win.
Royals were led to
Believe in the
victory
Shields.
by the starting
Yeah.
pitcher by this man, James Shields.
But
Strike
yeah,
of
this is something
player
you guys
of the
will
game.
see in the near future.
Yeah,
Hopefully
I thought
here
he
soon.
really pitched well.
Like I
He
said,
ran
the
into
show's
a
gonna be
few
called Timos
problems
1.
here
We're
and
gonna
there
talk about a lot
along
of
the way, but
sports.
aside from that,
We'll probably
he
talk a
was
lot
definitely a
about
difference maker out there.
wrestling coming up because WrestleMania is coming up here in what?
Oh, they're interviewing Shields right now. What do you have to say? I pitched good. This is funner than Tampa Bay. I like barbecue. There's a card right there, and you know Taylor's going to have that thing autographed by the
Yes,
season.
exactly. Yeah. Hopefully we can get Taylor on the show one of these times when we start the show and whatnot. But we'll be talking about a lot about wrestling and
So that brings us
pro
to the
sports.
conclusion in this
Steve's a big
one.
fan of the Onion, so I'm
Psycho
sure
for the
he'll
rest of our crew. This has been
have something from
Baxter, and
that.
you've been watching
Back in the day,
MLB
we used to have
The
a radio show in
For
college, and
more,
we
log
had
on to
a thing about the
theshownation.com.
Onion.
The Royals come out on top.
We
2-0.
read articles. He read articles,
So long
funny
from
articles
Kansas
that
City.
they were written about something that happened that week in sports. So we'll bring that to you guys on YouTube and whatnot. It's gonna be a really great show, minus my nephew. So again, hope you guys enjoyed it. And right now, you guys this is a lot of the highlights from the game, which I think
It's more like highlight because it's about the only thing that happened.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the only thing that did happen.
More like a pitcher's duel for the rest of the game there.
But yeah, as I say, hope you guys enjoy the video and leave a like. If not, that's fine. But we'll see you guys hopefully here soon.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show, Rashad. I'm sure I'll be back a lot.
Yep.
It's been ESGNet presents the Boston Kansas City season preview.
Yep.
Oh wait, it's ESGNet or is it ESGNet?
ESGNet.
Okay, ESGNet. Okay.
Yep. See you guys
Okay,
next time.
Bye bye.
Hey!